Ciao Juventini of the world, my name is Giuseppe, welcome back on the channel. It's time to put all the toxicity aside. It's time to put all the off-the-field topics far away from us. It's time to focus on one thing only, the game that will be played at 8:45 p.m. Italian time. In San Siro, in front of 75,000 people tifosi that will watch a game played in La Scala del Calcio, an epic game between the Red Devils of Milano against the Old Lady of Torino. Yes, we are speaking about Milan-Juve, because it's a game that has written history of football, history of calcio, a game that is bringing us back to our youth, when we were watching football with sparkling eyes. And the good news, just to give you even more sparkling eyes, is the fact that yesterday afternoon Federico Chiesa has been called up for the big game. So put a maximum of like, continue to subscribe, because we will speak about Milan-Juve. In the intro I spoke to you about dreams, and we will continue to speak about dreams because we have a lot of topics that can bring us to dream about an epic game, something that will revive our passion. But we also have to be realistic. It is not the same Milan-Juve as 20 years ago. It is not the same Milan-Juve as not even 5 years ago, with only two links that are the same. Massimiliano Allegri on the bench back then, when we were able to beat Milan 2-0 in their home with goals of Mandzukic and Cristiano Ronaldo, and Szczesny that will play this evening from the start, and Szczesny that was already playing in that famous game of 2018. Except of that, all the other players will be different. We had a much stronger Juve on paper. A 4-3-3 was played back then, with Szczesny in the goal, Cancelo, Benatia, Chiellini and Alexandro in defense, Bentancur, Pjanic, Matuidi, and in front we're speaking about Mandzukic, Dybala and Cristiano Ronaldo. One of the first changes of the game was Douglas Costa, so imagine the team of back then towards the team of today. So it's a total different Juve. Today we will play with a three-man defense, a new one with Gatti, Rugani and Bremer. Rugani on the left side of the field in that three-man defense. We'll play with Kostic on the left, Rabiot, Locatelli, Weston McKennie, up front Vlahovic and Milik. You will tell me, Beppe, you didn't mention who will play on the right side. Well, we are speaking about Timothy Weah. And if we want to go towards dream, about a Timothy Weah that will play today in the stadium where his father became really an international famous player, the first foreign player to win the Ballon d'Or, well, we have to go back to 1997, where Juventus did 1-1 in La Scala del Calcio. Look at the team of Milan, Taibi in the goal, a 4-4-2, back to the old-style vintage football. Costa Curta, Maldini, Desailly, Christian Ziege, Ibrahim Ba, Albertini, Boban, Leonardo, Weah, Kluivert. What a Milan, what a fantastic epic Milan. But also Juventus was fantastic in 1997. Also there played in November with Peruzzi in the goal, Birindelli, Ferrara, Giuliano, Torricelli, Di Livio, Antonio Conte, Zidane, Pessotto. In front, Del Piero, Amoruso, with Inzaghi that entered at the 31st minute of the first half. Ragazzi, looks like I just told you the lineup of the black and white together show of a few days ago. It's a different Milan-Juve, and we are all aware about it, but that doesn't mean that we can't have dreams. Look already at the squad list today. It's a squad list that when we are looking at the names, all the names have a story. We already told you about Szczesny that will be there like he was in 2018. We already told you about Federico Chiesa that we are dreaming about, that he can enter from the bench and deciding that game. Well, we can tell you that Dusan Vlahovic has a lot of chances to start the game. He has no 90 minutes. That's what yesterday Max Allegri told us. If you were looking at the non-verbal, when the journalists were asking how is Dusan going, he waited a bit. He said he's doing well. He's doing okay. He's not at 100%, but he's able to play today, starting the game, and we are waiting for him to dream to score in San Siro. 370 minutes without scoring in San Siro. It's time for him, for our number 9, to do the difference. But there are more players on that squad list that can have a story. Do we speak about Adrien Rabiot? Adrien Rabiot that today it's confirmed by Max Allegri will have that captain band, as I already anticipated you 2 days ago on the video. Well, Adrien Rabiot will have the opportunity to make us dream. To make us dream that, yes, he can still grow even more. Because if he already told us 2 seasons ago that he felt a bit like a leader in the locker rooms, we want the supporters to see him leader on the field. And not only about the youth players that we will speak about in a second, but also about all the other ones on the field. I want a vocal, verbal Rabiot. That I want Rabiot to see him speaking as an Italian with his hands, telling the players where to go on the field, paying attention, actually motivating the team to do a big performance in San Siro. If we go back to the COVID years, where Adrien Rabiot scored his first goal in Serie A against Milan, in that famous unfortunate 4-2 that we lost, well, his first goal was an epic goal. Was the goal that showed that Adrien Rabiot as an individual has amazing qualities. Well, now we have to see also an Adrien Rabiot collectively as a leader. Will that be the game? Will Milan-Juve be the game where we will see it? Well, we have a few hours to wait. But there are other beautiful stories as well. The story of the ranking, as easy as that. Yesterday we saw 3 games. Inter won, Napoli won, we saw Lazio winning after a disaster start of the season. They are now at 3 wins in a row. Yesterday, Inter showed again how strong they were with the best defense, with the best strikers, with the Lautaro Martinez and Thuram that are working extremely well as a duo, as a partners. Ragazzi, today we have the opportunity to be there at -2 from Inter and at -1 of Milan. But of course we have to win, because winning today will not mean that we are competing for the Scudetto yet, will not mean that we will win the Scudetto, but we'll leave that door open to continue to dream that we can compete, that we are there, and that it's right and correct that at that moment we are at -2 from the leaders, and that we're still alive. Not only that, ragazzi, we have other things that are quite beautiful if we're speaking about dreams. Well, we're speaking about the future, because I don't know if you looked at all the players on that squad list, but I can tell you that we have 9 players that played with our youth academy. At least 1 game. We're speaking about Pinsoglio, Rugani, and Moise Kean. We are also speaking about Huijsen, about Miretti, about Nicolussi, about Nonge, about Yildiz, about Iling. That's in total 9 players on 22 players that were called up that played with our youth academy. And it has really a beautiful story, because if we are speaking about the team today on paper that is not as fantastic as 5 years ago, as 20 years ago, well, these players, especially the last 6 ones, Huijsen, Miretti, Nicolussi, Nonge, Yildiz, Iling, they can potentially have a bright future. Maybe in 20 years, we'll speak about these young players that were writing the story of Milan-Juve. Huijsen needs to start yet, he didn't yet. Nonge is the newness. Yesterday at the end of the press conference of Max Allegri, he said, without Fagioli, without Pogba, we'll have Joseph Nonge that will be there. And I'm extremely happy, because a year ago, and I have the opportunity, thanks to the fact that I'm working with Juve, to speak with the next gen players, but also to watch the under 19 project, the next gen project, to see the players, and I have put you 3 players on the podium. Yildiz, Huijsen, Nonge. 3 of them will be there today, not in a friendly tour in USA, but to play against Milan. Will they play a few minutes? We will discover it. But these players have a big opportunity, and it's always in difficult moments where you can see opportunities and dreaming about a beautiful future. Let's see what will happen today in La Scala del Calcio. I want passion. I want passion. I want to feel again football this evening in an important game, that whatever the result will be, I want one thing from our boys. They are honoring a game that has written calcio, Milan-Juve, and that's what we have to show on the field. That's what I'm dreaming about. Let me know what you are dreaming about. Encouraged to read them here in the comment section. I will be on Twitch to do the pre-game and watch along the live reaction of Milan-Juve, and then of course we see each other here for the post-game of Milan-Juve. Ciao ragazzi, grazie, forza, Juve.